tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
This taken in about 4 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Carr now on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To throw again. Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Carr. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
That was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
Intercepted by the Saints. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 85 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees, and it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. Now a first down carry, it's Kamara. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a man who began with the Raiders, it's Latavius Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. An interesting note about our quarterbacks here, Drew Brees and Derek Carr. You know, we might not see the ball hit the ground all that much because they were number 1 and number 2 in the NFL in completion percentage last year. Brees, and he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken in the early lead. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Room for Jacobs there on 1st down as he takes this one forward for a pickup of about 7.
He's tackled.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 16 carries, 57 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
There's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And some room to maneuver. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass.
Yes.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And this will make it into the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're down a possession or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up. Only their second drive now. Run their offense, try and get back into the game that way, and then look for some help from their defense.
Try to forget about that pick six last time out. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Carr now to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now Carr. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is Harris. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
He was tackled at the 46.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. This is Murray. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down.
Now on 1st down, it's Washington again. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Washington. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
That's the end of the first quarter.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Breeze. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. To throw is Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Breeze to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. In this situation, the defense was effective.
Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
To Jared Cook.
Jared Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
As the calendar keeps turning, I always hope that someone tells me that I get better with age. But Jared Cook is absolutely doing that. 33 years old back in April. Had a career-high 9 touchdown catches last year in just 14 games. And that was second only to Mark Andrews of the Ravens. Jared Cook, a Pro Bowler after the 2019 season.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now the fifth-year running back is Jalen Richard. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it. By maybe the length of a football.
At the 36-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On the draw, Richard. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Richard on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. On the return, Deontay Harris. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Alvin Kamara hit the NFL with a bang, had double-digit touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. Now, production fell off a little bit last year. Just 6 times did he find the end zone. But his ability to run it and catch it out of the backfield makes him hard to cover. Look for a bounce-back season in 2020.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. It's a jet sweep. Sanders. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
He's going to take off with it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Down, Murray. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
Here's Murray. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
At the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Keeper, it's Brees. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Drew Brees keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Saints add on to their lead. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just fall in behind him.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own.
A reminder, Charles and I will make the trek here from the Silver State of Nevada to the Sunshine State of Florida as Thursday Night Football is an all-Florida affair. The Dolphins and the Jaguars from Jacksonville with coverage at 8:20 Eastern on EA Sports. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr, the open man here, Renfro. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play call to help him out a little bit.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Saints to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on first down. They start the second half with Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First down.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, and stack things up and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A gain there of 21 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On play action, it's Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So that time. And Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
It's 2nd down.
To try again after the sack. Breeze, and brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Breeze now to throw. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Whenever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And his kick is good. A 10-play drive that time. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the reserve, the Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A throw over the middle, taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Carr gives to Rashard. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
A run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
He was brought down
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up, because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Latavius Murray, the ball.
They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And they're not not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
They go play fake, and it's Hill on the move to his left. And now he's going to, and I think the ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. They're throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. The other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
David Onyemata there on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Carr.
17-yard line.
And this is Carr. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders get a score closer.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
An extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Saints on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40.
They run again with the fullback Burton. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Tackle made at the 38.
This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively, kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Murray. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run again with Murray. He's seen a ton of action tonight. Starting to look like this drive. Maybe the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Now they'll run. Murray. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll run for it. This is Murray. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal from the 2-yard line.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. But this is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for New Orleans, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.